Hey everybody, what's going on? Yeah, I apologize. I took a little bit of a break. I kind of wanted to explain a little bit what was going on during that little break. I've had this very weird thing lately of questioning sorry, I put my seatbelt on. Safety first. Questioning my reality, existence, purpose. Like, I literally got down to that question of what in the fuck is even the point? Like, what is all, like, you know, that deep philosophical question, like, what the fuck is life? Like, what is it even really? What is this all about? What is it all for? You know, all these fucking buildings you look around and see, like, money, just the whole fucking thing, like, just everything about life, you know, like, it's like what survival has morphed into. Right? Like, survival used to be hunting and gathering, fishing and killing. Now it's consumerism and capitalism, and you got to own your own business and, you know, pay taxes, and you got to drive the best car, or, you know, all this bullshit. And I just, like, way got inside my own head, like, breaking it down. And part of the reason that happened, the narc was calling me fucking incessantly. But she wasn't love bombing me. She wasn't hoovering me. She was hoovering me. She was hoovering me in a very fucking covert way. She was fucking belittling the shit out of me, breaking me down, and it was fucking getting inside my head big time, like big fucking time. And I told myself, don't listen to the message, and fucking sure as shit I would fucking listen to it. As soon as I'd stop telling myself don't listen to the message, I would listen to the message. Like, it was a lot. Like, it was. So I used to do fucking acid years ago when I used to go to raves. 25 years ago. It felt like kind of like a fucking acid trip, sort of. Like a 4 or 5 day like, reality just wasn't adding up. Like, it was fucking so weird. I was so outside of myself. To the point that I was like, it doesn't even make any fucking sense. This whole thing doesn't make sense. And to take it a step further, like, feelings. Like, feelings don't even make sense. Like, in a weird sort of way, like, I know this fucking, it's all gonna sound completely fucking crazy. I know it is. But whatever. Like, when did humankind, mankind, whatever, develop, like, feelings? You know, it's like, that's not part of survival. That's the opposite of survival. Feelings are what make you fucking, you know, survival instinct are not feelings. Right? Like, when you're, like, scared, that's not really a feeling. That's a survival instinct. You know, nervous, that's not really a feeling. That's more a survival instinct. But love is not survival. Love is fucking death. Right? Like, love is the opposite of survival. You know, companionship, like, you know, obviously I wasn't alive then, so you have to bear with me on this, but these are just my thoughts. When humankind, the human species as we know it today, was developing, our brains developed because we couldn't be strong enough, we couldn't be fast enough, we couldn't be agile enough, we couldn't climb high enough, couldn't grip strong enough than all of the other species that were on Earth. So we developed our minds to kill everything so we would be the top of the food chain. And then once we did that, there's nothing to conquer, right? Well, the mentality of mankind is you have to constantly be conquering something. So then we started conquering each other. But I don't understand why we always have to be conquering something. What's wrong with being fucking content? Like, that's where there's no content. That's why you're constantly nervous and anxious or depressed, because you're not content, because you have to constantly be conquering something. So the fact that you're like, and then the feelings come into it where you need to conquer love. You need to conquer companionship. You need to conquer being alone. You need to conquer this. You need to conquer that. Everything is about overcoming. What's the matter with just letting it be? Why can't we ever just let anything just be? Okay, so I don't have a fucking dollar to go down and buy a soda, right? Like, I have water. Why can't that just be? Why does it have to be in our head like, man, I wish I had that dollar to get that soda? You get what I'm saying? Like, the mentality, the mindset. And then to take that into this narcissistic abuse bullshit, I think it's pretty self-explanatory where the transition is. They're only as powerful as your inability to control your feelings are. Because if they don't, their whole entire literal existence is to tap in and change and alter and fuck with your feelings, your mood, what you're anxious about, what you're depressed about, what what you're thinking about. There's a lot to be said with just not thinking at all. Fuck thinking about anything, right? Survival, you don't think, you react, you go, you move, you run, you strike, you kick, you scream, you whatever, right? Whatever the fucking thing is, to survive that particular thing is what you do. You don't think about it. So why is it with narcissistic abuse do you spend so much time thinking about it? Why is there such an obsession? Because you couldn't conquer that. You can't win. It is a losing battle from the beginning. You can't win. You won't ever be able to win. That's the part that you can't get across in your fucking brain. That's where the fucking, years of trying to heal from this shit is. It's actually very fucking simple, really. You couldn't conquer it. You never could. You never were going to be able to. Never, 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 never. And generally, mankind as a whole, we don't start something that there's not even a potential to conquer. Now, you might have thought, oh, I'm going to fucking knock this fucking mountain out in a day, and, 10 years later, you're still working on it. But there's that hope. That hope is still there that you could conquer this mountain one day. And it is possible. But the narcissistic abuse, you're never going to conquer that mountain. Because the only way that you fully remove yourself from what you had to go through is closure, which you'll never get. And closure, even in and of itself, is like a victory. So the point that I'm making with all of this is you can't win. It's not about winning. The only thing that you could win is your ability to control yourself and your feelings. That's the only victory you're going to get out of this whole thing. So to waste your fucking time thinking about them, thinking about what they did, thinking about... Let be what is. Fuck it. I mean, it's really very quite simple. And the fucking thing of it is like, you know, to take it a step further, like, feelings, like, yeah, obviously you want to love somebody, obviously you want to be loved, obviously you want to care about people, obviously you want people to care about you. You know, humankind as a whole is a very tribal type of existence, right? Like, you need, that's part of our genetic makeup, is you can't tackle this world alone. Right? But then we say constantly it's me against the world. Well, fuck, you gotta make up your mind. If it's you against the world, you have zero feelings. You are a lion, you're a tiger, you're a fucking bear, you're a fucking ferret. It doesn't matter. You're a fucking eagle, you're an owl. You are in survival mode 24/7. You do not have feelings. You don't have good or bad. Because you can't not have good feelings and have bad ones, and not have bad ones and have good ones. It doesn't work, right? So it's either you are part of humankind and you are part of the tribe, and it's not you against the world. It's you against your feelings. That frankly, most of them you don't really fucking even need. They're a detriment. But okay, so it's like a tiger, right? So a tiger, you know, they got crazy fucking fangs, crazy claws, but they can't run fast. And I don't even know if this part's, you know, what the logistics are, the statistics of each animal. I'm just, you know, making a metaphor, so I don't want to hear any like, they could run 50 miles an hour. I'm not talking about that. Like a cheetah. Cheetah's not the biggest animal, but they can fucking run. Or jaguar, they can run fast as fuck. A hippo, they're slow as shit, but they'll fuck you up. Right? Like, that's the survival thing, right? The lack of feelings is survival. The feelings came from, like, needing to be part of a tribe. Needing to be accepted. Because we couldn't do it alone. So that's your development, right? But the feelings on the flip side are, the jaguar can run fast as shit, but he's small. So our feelings are negative in survival, if that makes sense. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what we're doing every single day is surviving. But to what extent do you put that? So at what extent do you put importance on things that are not as important as you're fucking making them? Right? But it boils down to, my opinion, bring it back around full circle, narcissistic abuse. That is the problem with narcissistic abuse, in my opinion. Just my opinion. It's all the last 5 or 6, 7, 8, however many fucking days it's been, of just literally thinking, like it just, but obsessing on this, right? Like, not narcissistic abuse per se, but more like our genetic makeup. And because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, this is something like I've never felt before. It's fucking, you know, no offense, ladies, I apologize ahead of time. You know, I'm not the most manliest man you'll ever meet, but I ain't no fucking punk either, right? I'm one of the middle of the road guys. Just me. I won't back down from a fight, but I don't go around looking for them. Okay? But I've been like a fucking little bitch. My feeling, I'm like, oh God. And then I'm like, oh, why'd you do that? You know? And it's fucking obsessing over it. I honestly think, believe it or not, I think I had a little bit of a mental breakdown 6 or 7 days ago, to be completely honest with you, because I mentally couldn't handle it anymore. I was trying so fucking hard to just put a smile on my face and just be like, it's all good, man. It's all good. But it wasn't all good at all. And it wasn't because I missed her. It was just well, I didn't know what it was at that moment, let's say that. But through thinking about what I've been thinking about, I really honestly believe it is a primal instinct of mankind to conquer and succeed and be the best at something that you can be in your own right, at your own level. What might be considered success to somebody else is considered a complete failure to another, and that doesn't matter. You are succeeding in your own right. You know, it's a matter of being comfortable in your own skin, right? And I really believe that the narcissistic abuse, a narcissist is something that you can never overcome. I don't care what you throw at it. You're not going to overcome it. So it's this overwhelming feeling of like you got thrusted and you didn't stop it into a battle that you were never going to win. But you keep throwing the kitchen sink at it, hoping that you will. But you don't, and you never will. It's like, you know, metaphorically speaking, like if you're standing there with one of your friends and 20 guys walk up and they want to fight, if you saw the 20 guys, you go, probably not going to do this. That's the narcissist. Narcissist is 20 guys. But the difference is 18 of them are hiding around the corner. So when you see those 2 people come up and it's 2 of you, you go, it's basically a one-on-one. We got this. Right? And that's the love bombing. And then slowly but surely, the people start creeping from around the corner. And then it's like, holy shit. Next thing you know, because you knocked one of them out, right? You knocked one of them out, so you're holding your own. Now it's 6 on 2. Fuck. Now it's 10 on 2. Fuck. Now it's 12 on 2. Next thing you know, it's 20 on 2, and you're fucking smothered, and you have no idea how you got here and where the fuck these people came from. That's narcissistic fucking abuse. You wake up one day and go, fuck, it's 20 on 2. What the fuck am I doing? But it's already 20 on 2, and you're already throwing the blows, and there's no stopping that fight now. Now you just got to keep throwing the kitchen sink at it and hoping that you're going to win. But you never fucking will. So it's just a matter of accepting that you were sucker punched, basically. Right? It was a pussy-ass little bitch move that they kept some fucking people around the corner that you didn't see when you accepted the fight. And when those people came to back them up, you couldn't win. You never were going to win. But you didn't know that. You got to accept the fact that you didn't know that. And it's not your fault you couldn't win. You probably would have never taken the fight. No. You would have never taken the fight had you seen the 20 on 2. But that's not how a narcissist works. They're too fucking cunning and conniving to do that. They've got to get you basically feeling one-on-one. And then they slowly start bringing out their bullshit. You know why? Because they're chicken shit, they're fucking pussies, and they can't fight one-on-one. If they try to fight you one-on-one, they will never succeed. Ever. Because we are stronger, we are more powerful, our survival instincts are better. They don't know how to function how we function. But what happened was, that's the other thing that fucking breaks us down. is you go, how the fuck did I let this motherfucker beat me? This motherfucker is fucking ridiculous, and I let this motherfucker beat me. What does that say about me? Doesn't say anything about you. It's not about you with that. You didn't do it. You were fucking duped. You wouldn't have taken the 20-on-2 fight. Right? So, that's what's been going on for me. That was a lot of realization. A lot of, and also, real quick, because I know I'm going off again. But, like religion and like flaws, maybe I'll keep this for another day because I can go another 20 minutes with this. But, my uncle is a Buddhist, and I went to a few meetings and stuff. And then I also, a person that I know, is very religious and was talking to me about God and things like that. I've never been super religious for some weird and unapparent reason, and I can't explain it. In my mind, I've like found room for both, found room for every religion, basically, that is promoting good amongst people. Like Scientology could fucking lick my left nut. That's just ridiculous. There's nothing good or positive about that. A friend of mine, she was raised Jehovah's Witness. I used to laugh at her. Fuck Jehovah's Witness, get the fuck out of here. But you know what? If that helps you to be good and that helps you to remain a safe space that's positive for you, who the fuck am I to say? Right? But the other thing that I was wondering last week is, like, do animals like have a god? Do animals think like that? Like, do animals, like, because there's certain animals that care and love each other. Like the wolf, for example, takes care of its parents when they're older. They mourn. They only have one partner their entire life. They help take care of the pups together. I mean, so there is emotions out in the wild, of course. But it's not to what we're doing right now. Like, we're so wrapped up in our emotions, in ourselves, that we're forgetting that we're living a life that you don't get to do over. You can't be so wrapped up in your feelings that you don't live life. Right? Because it'll consume you. Next thing you know, it's over, and you're going to go, fuck, dude. I fucking wasted my whole life fucking worrying about bullshit that I couldn't do anything about. Fuck that. But, anyways, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate everybody who was asking where I was and the concern and everything. I guess I have to say this. I truthfully don't particularly care, but it is true that it helps. I do want to try to help people. So if you could like it, you describe it or subscribe. I don't care if you decide to or you decide not to. If you thought it was shit, don't hit the like button. You don't like it, don't like it. You don't want to hear what I have to say, don't subscribe. Okay? It's that simple. But if you do, then do. And I don't particularly care about the money end of anything and all that stuff. Although my unemployment did run out, I did some side work, but I got a lot of stuff coming. I got a kid graduating high school. There's a lot of shit coming up, but I'm gonna make it work. I don't give a fuck about all that. And you know what? Money comes and money goes. It doesn't come through me. It doesn't come to me. It comes through me. Right? So, I'm good. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great day, great night, wherever you're at. And I will see you tomorrow. Little disclaimer, I might end up taking days out, whatever. But I'll always come back just because I believe in this. I think the regulars and this community that is slowly growing is a beautiful thing. And you guys have helped me out, helped each other out, and I wouldn't stand in the way of that. I feel a bit of a messenger of that of sorts. So it's not really just about me. I don't see it that way anyway. I hope I didn't freak anybody out with what I was saying today. I hope it made sense what I was saying, because it took a lot for me to get there. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears the last fucking week or whatever it's been. Just, and not really ruminating, not really tripping out on that, but just more like fucking life, man. Like, I wasn't suicidal or anything. I was just really questioning existence in general, and questioning, like, you know, you look around, you see so many cars and all these buildings, and, like, you know, people in this rat race, and, like, you know, I think ultimately we gotta fucking just get back to basics. You know what I mean? Just get back to basics. You don't have to live a tiny life, but a simple life, I think, is, you know, I don't think going off the grid, you know, but put these fucking things down every once in a while and just spend time. I mean, even if you're by yourself, spend time. Even if you're in the city, it doesn't fucking matter where you're at or what you're doing. Just be in your own moment. There's so much about being in your own moment. You know, those are Buddhist teachings, right? Like, or Buddhist. I'm learning. It's very important. It's just a matter of, like, you know, the past is fucking depression, the future is anxiety, and the present, if you could stay in it, you have arrived. I thought that was a beautiful quote. I can't remember who said it. It wasn't me. But anyway, take care of yourself, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.